I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Marc and Moh Show. I am Marc. You can find me on YouTube at Half-Breed Observer. To my right is my co-host.
Hey guys, this is Moh from OTB Clubhouse.
So how you been, Moh? It's been a while.
It's been taking breaks in the middle because one thing or another keeps coming up.
First and foremost, I'm sorry that we missed some shows. We're probably going to continue to miss some shows. Our schedule's gotten extremely busy. Hence the reason what you're watching right now, we're not live. We actually shot this on Wednesday because I'm not available on Thursday. And then Moh is also extremely busy. He's growing his brand and doing these challenge courses, like these 5-day live challenge courses and stuff. So he's busy doing that. And then, by the way, we got another one coming up soon, right? I think you working on one or something like that?
Well, I got my free webinar that I'm doing on December 1st. I feel like a lot of people that do stocks absolutely don't like that it's a slow growth. But then when they hear the word option, it freaks them out because either them or their friends have lost a ton of money doing it or heard bad things. And I think one of the things I've done different, which took me a while to figure out, is not teach options first, but teach mindset first, and then teach options. So literally the 5-day live workshop is 2 days of mindset, and then the last 3 days or the rest of the days is teaching options. But I feel like, me personally, I'm pretty sure you're the same way. We figured the mindset stuff sometime 6 months to a year in losing money or just getting depressed or anxious. And then I read the book Trading in the Zone, and I was like, yo, this is a system on how to manage emotions. And it's like $20 and it's free on YouTube, but most people don't want to go through it because I won't say it's boring. I think it's because a lot of stuff that he mentions triggers people, and that's the stuff that you don't want to hear. And I've said this before, you could do trading, stocks, crypto, you're going to fail at all of them if you don't have a good relationship with money, because at the end of the day, it is the money part that triggers those emotions, causing losses. You can go follow someone with 100% success rate, you're gonna still end up losing.
Yeah.
Because your mindset's going to make you do stuff that does self-sabotage and other things, which people understand. But that's sort of like I've never had more fun doing something that I do in doing the challenge. Yeah. Just overall, I've seen growth in myself. And it made sense because when we were learning in my human resources degree, they said the highest rate of retention is when you teach someone. And the lowest rate of retention is when you do lecture style teaching. So it's like most of my university was lecture style teaching. I've never ever done that when I do my course or when I do my mentorships, never lecture style. It's like the most boring way of doing things because you're not really learning anything. You learn by doing, you learn by visual, you learn by audio, you learn by watching people do it. But a lot of our methods of teaching are outdated. But that's why I think like a lot of stuff like Marc that you do, imagine, and I know you're doing that, like you do spreads, teaching to your wife, teaching to your friends. That's how you're gaining mastery. It's not so much you reading stuff. It's when you're teaching that stuff to your friends and family members.
Yeah, and I agree. And we should definitely talk about this here in a little bit about the market, because I got to give you guys kind of a little bit of update what I've been doing here for the past couple of weeks. And so, but before we get into any of the info, what'd you get on Black Friday, by the way? Did you buy anything? Did you get anything?
Yeah, I bought a Samsung 75-inch TV. I bought a couple of Nintendo Switch games, and then I also ordered, like, trust me, I just got an email from Amex alerting me for fraud scam. The cards, like, I'm pretty, like, bought furniture for the whole house. Electronics for the whole house.
You got to fill it up. You got a lot of space. You got to fill it all up because you didn't bring anything from Canada. So this was bound to happen.
Bro, yeah, I'm going to have 2 houses. I want to have another one, and like I'll share it future. Like that was my goal, like have different places I can go where I don't have to really worry about taking vacation, because all my life that I worked a job, and people that work a job can relate. We used to get 3 weeks of vacation, bro. And it was like, it wasn't enough for me. I don't know. Like you have a sweet gig, you're completely different, but working for like retail sales sector,
sucks.
pretty much work every single weekend. took almost all escalations because I was a manager, and all my stat days, meaning days where like the country's closed, I was working all because sales retail stores are open, except Christmas is the only store. Christmas is the only day most stores were closed, but I worked for Best Buy, basically a sister company of Best Buy. So now that I have this time, I want to travel and like actually live at different places. So I'll be here for about a year, then we'll see if I go somewhere else. I want to go to a different country after this.
Yeah, dude, same here. Me and my wife were just talking the other day, and I have one of my buddies, shout out to Quan. He has a place in Panama, so I would like to go to Panama and check it out as well. I really love Dominican Republic. My wife has family there. We have properties there, but I want to see what's also out in Panama and take a look, because I hear Panama is similar to Dominican Republic, but more westernized and more built up.
Yeah.
So the infrastructure is a lot better. Have you been?
No. I know a lot of Canadians that go there.
Okay, yeah. So I'm definitely excited. As for me, man, for Black Friday, buy books. I bought this book I like to share with everyone. I bought this book on psychology. There you go, a psychology book. It's pretty cool. They have one that was like a How Money Works book by that same company, DK. I don't know what it stands for. Just, big ideas simply explained, essentially. It reminds me a lot of the dummy books back in the day that I used to love reading. So I got that. And also everyone's favorite, I'm sure, Think and Grow Rich. I just like the whole, it was like a leather bound hard cover book. I love it. So that's the reason why I bought it. The only thing I wish I had also bought more of an updated version, because this is the classic text. They have an actual updated version that has a little bit of additional information in it. I'm also going to buy that. They had that I got this for $9.97. I think it's still $9.97 on Amazon, but the updated version was $4. I should have just bought a couple copies, but it's $9 right now. I haven't read Think and Grow Rich yet. I don't think I have. But I do know who Napoleon Hill is. He was 100% a grifter and a scammer from what I heard doing research on that individual. But nevertheless, the book is good from what I hear. Everyone I know has read it. You've read it, right?
Oh, yeah. Multiple times.
Yeah. So a lot of people read it.
A lot of people don't like it, Mark. A lot of people don't like this book. A lot of people don't like, what is it called? Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Because it's a lie. Because it's a lie.
Yeah, they said it's actually stolen from someone else. He didn't actually write the book. Mm-hmm. Most of the money that he made was actually from the book and not actually doing something. Yeah,
let's switch over real quick.
Trigger warning. The following content may contain opinions, thoughts, and subject matter that could be sensitive or triggering for some individuals. Viewer discretion is advised.
Palestine and Israel update. Like Mo said, I guess some of the stuff I talked about a couple of weeks ago seemed to kind of pan out. It looks like the Palestinians and Hamas are winning the information war on the sympathy of people. So when it comes to that, I think that Israel's lost a lot of support, where Hamas and Palestinian have gained a lot of the public support when it comes to what's happening in Palestine. With that being said, though, overall on the ground, Israel's kicking ass like crazy. But for the past couple of days, I've been doing a lot of hostage releases. They've been in a ceasefire. The ceasefire ends Wednesday at midnight. So by the time this show airs, the ceasefire should be over. And let's see if this plays out like I expect. I believe that Israel is right there, ready to go in the minute the ceasefire stops. I think they're going to go in there and clear out Gaza. Let's see if this plays out. We'll find out. But right now, I was very surprised to see the ceasefire, simply because if you want to look at it as a strategic way, moving forward, having a ceasefire with Hamas is not beneficial for Israel. They've done it multiple times before. We've seen multiple ceasefires. It works for a while, but it's just kind of, trying to tape a water hose that's ripped up. You just try and tape it with tape instead of buying a brand new one. After a year or two or so, someone's going to do something else and they're going to be at war with each other again. So we'll see how this plays out. But yeah, hostages have been released on both sides. It's been a ceasefire. Let's see what happens tonight. That's the only reason, if you guys are always wondering why I'm even touching on this, because this stuff does impact the market as well. I feel like every individual should have knowledge around all aspects of politics and money. And that's the reason why I sometimes talk about politics on this channel. And I know it turns off some people. That's fine. That's why I'm going to try to keep it a little bit more short moving forward, but just educate yourself. We saw that Cardi B went on her Instagram and started cursing out Biden and a New York mayor for everything that's happening, the funding that's being cut. because she basically sponsored these people. She vouched for them. She endorsed Biden and she endorsed the New York mayor, and everything's backfiring over there with immigrants and stuff. That's why it's very important. The truth is, Cardi B is not knowledgeable in politics at all. I don't even know why she sat down and talked with the president. Shit was embarrassing. But now it seems like she's trying to learn a little bit. And once you learn, I think you see a bigger picture of everything that's going on. And I think you quickly realize that Democrats and Republicans are very similar when it comes to making money for themselves and their interests. So that's the reason why I bring it up sometimes. All right, let's talk about Disney real quick, man. Are you subscribed to Disney?
Yeah, man. Always kids.
Are you okay with your kids just randomly watching stuff on Disney, or do you have concerns about some of the content that they have on there?
Bro, I think we talked about this. I have concerns with kids having access to internet because I don't know if you know this. YouTube, it has Reels and it's posting TikTok-like content, which I didn't know it was doing that. And I'm not okay with that because it impacts their attention span. And that's the stuff that like I don't like to like my kids to watch. With Disney, you have to be careful, man. There's shows on Disney that are inappropriate. There's shows on YouTube that are inappropriate. And I don't think there's anything you could do in the settings to restrict it either. Like you just have to kind of be there. That's basically monitor it, what they're watching.
Yeah, because it's loopholes. Because even YouTube Kids has some stuff that slips through that my kids have watched that was extremely inappropriate. That's why they're not allowed to be on YouTube anymore. And Disney, I still have Disney, but my kids don't even watch it. But the reason why I'm bringing up Disney, because everyone knows I have an affinity for a Disney. It's an emotional connection I have with the brand itself going back to my childhood. Everyone loved Disney. We grew up with Disney. That was pretty much it when it came to the main kids channel was Disney. And then there was, Nickelodeon, Warner Brothers. But I hope that Disney would turn things around. And you guys know I talked about this, I think 2 months ago or so I had gotten, or maybe a month ago, I had gotten into a at the money call on Disney. It was profitable. With that being said, though, Disney is at a level that I don't think it can hold personally. Over the weekend, these past 2 weeks since we've been gone, Wish, which was Disney's, I guess, supposed to be the biggest anime 100th anniversary, completely bombed. It cost $200 million to make. They only made close to $50 million so far. Then the week before that, or a couple weeks before that, they had the Marvels, with the three chicks, did terrible as well. They spent $300 million and only recoup $47 million so far. And I think that's probably the worst Disney movie ever performed recently, or definitely Marvel. I think this is like by far the worst. So that's like their 52-week low, essentially. So I don't see why I would invest into Disney right now. I know they had a good earnings, but seeing these flops after flops when it comes to the Disney streaming services, I will be a little hesitant to buy right now in the 90s. My plan always was to buy in the 80s and sell in the 90s for that that long call that I had. What's your thoughts, man, on Disney?
I think 2023 was the year for alpha stocks for the Mag 7, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon. They all did really well. I think 2024 is going to be about beta stocks, PayPal, Square, and then there's some stocks that are highly shorted, like Rocket, Lemonade. You're going to see Disney. I think Disney could see 120, 130. And it's not because it's a great company, but because money needs to go somewhere. Money is going to flow. And I think and we'll get into this, I think the best place to park your money is in beta stocks, not financial advice, so small caps, so IWM sector. That's where I will look for. Disney, I think, goes up because I think it's still, with everything going on, bro, this thing hasn't moved. Grab any stock, it's done something. Disney hasn't done anything. It was like 88 to like 9. I'm holding stocks right now. So yeah. I'm likely going to hold it. Like I had a firm at 15. I sold it at 25, thought I was a genius. It's at 35 now. And I can tell you that there's a very likelihood it can even go to 70. Because that's how these things go. They do nothing, and then when they do something, they go crazy. They do.
I don't know, man. I disagree with you on this one for sure. You're right. I mean, it was just hanging around in the 80s, but I think it had its move, and now it's been selling off since its move. And I think the news is not going to help it at all. So we'll see, everybody. So I'm, I guess, bearish on Disney. You're bullish on Disney short term. Correct? All right.
Yeah, I think it's at 92 right now. I think we get about 110, 120.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Let's see. And we can't go on to the next topic without talking about Charlie Munger. Charlie Munger passed away yesterday at the age of 99. He lived a pretty damn good life, man. My concern, I don't know what's going to happen. I could be tripping, but I know Charlie Munger passed away. I thought the company was going to sell off. I know it's a very stable company. I know it's safe to have things in place in case Munger or Warren die, but I was still concerned. I thought there may be like an overreaction. People would sell off. Nothing really happened. It stayed relatively flat. And so do you think if Warren passes, do you think Berkshire may be in trouble?
No, man. I think how structured the company is, they have things in place for everything that's going to happen. And they probably, I don't know what the numbers are, but if I had to guess, I think if we looked at the ownership, I think majority of the owners of Berkshire are people that aren't grifters or Reddit traders that are pushing memes. These are people that are holding it for 10, 20, 35 years. They're not going to sell. And I think this is something that's expected. Like Mark, if it wasn't like a 25-year-old passes away all of a sudden, then yeah, but like aging something that's going to happen to everyone. So I think it's expected that eventually I don't know how old Buffett is, but
93.
That's something 93. So like, there you go. Like maybe he has a good 5 to 10 years of living and maybe another 2-3 years of just operating. Like, right? Like how many 93-year-olds do you think operate at his level right now? I don't know any.
Yeah, I was shocked. Honestly, I was shocked that Munger was 99. I mean, he looked old, but the guy was so coherent. The last, like, I think was it the last earning crawl I think he was on? Or whatever. The last event they both sat down. He looked like he was still fully there. So this kind of came to a surprise. But I didn't realize he was 99 either. Yeah. I definitely I'll check it out because I like Warren Buffett. To me, like when it comes to anybody within this space, I respect and have my this really high regard simply because he just has that patience of holding long term. No one's ever experienced the level of patience that this guy has. He's a master at having patience and just buying companies and holding. Listen, I just think it's funny that Charlie Munger, he was so close, man, to 100. It's like doing a marathon and giving up at the last mile because he was about to turn 100 next month. So it's so close, man. He was so close. But 99, man, is amazing. So rest in peace, Charlie Munger. I will definitely miss those funny little jokes they would throw out there here and there. Like they hated crypto. I know that.
I like cryptocurrencies a lot less than you do. And I think the people who are professional traders that go into trading cryptocurrencies, it's just disgusting. It's like somebody else is trading turds and you decide I can't be left out.
So I just love it. But all right, man, enough of me. Over to you, Mo.
Okay, could you share this video for me, bro? This is my favorite video I've watched this year. Okay, you haven't watched it, so I want your reaction on it.
Okay.
Can you hear the audio?
Push play. Let's see.
Hold on. Okay, let's do this again.
Apology tour.
Can you hear the audio?
Yep.
If you will. That this had been said online. There was all of the criticism. There was advertisers leaving. We talked to Bob Iger
I hope
today.
they stop.
You hope?
Don't advertise.
You don't want them to advertise?
No.
What do you mean?
If somebody's going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go fuck yourself.
Whoa. This is live? Yes, it is.
Yep.
Go fuck yourself.
Wow.
I hope it is. Hey, Bob, if you're in the audience.
Well, let me ask you then.
That's all.
This is not fake. This is not AI created. This is live that happened today. What do you think?
Wow. He really, dude, that is good for him, man. Good for him. I thought he was supposed to be in Israel right now.
No, bro. Tesla Cybertruck delivery opens tomorrow, so he had an interview just talking about advertisers and stuff. And this is the bit that I watched, and I was luckily able to find something quick. This happened just before our podcast.
Dude, I love it. I love it. Good for. I'm surprised he said that like that, but you know what? Good for him, man. You know, I give Elon Musk shit all the time. I do have my concerns about Elon as an individual, but I like that, man. I like what he's doing with these advertisement companies and basically showing that he can't be bought. I think that's awesome because these advertisers, man, they really push the narrative on so many stuff when it comes to social media. And do I think it was a waste of money for him to buy Twitter? I do. Some people think this is like the best thing ever, freedom of speech, blah, blah, blah. Guys, this is fucking social media platform. Like, relax. Like, what you could have done with that $45 billion or $44 billion, you could have done so much more with it. But it doesn't matter. Regardless, it's his money. He does whatever he wants with it. I respect him for being that honest and that transparent, knowing that he's going to get shit about it. Because best believe tomorrow he's going to be all over liberal television and they're going to talk about how anti-Semitic he is, how a piece of crap he is, how his company is going down the drain, how everyone should leave Twitter, and advertisers definitely leave Twitter. Because I think, what was one of the advertisers that pulled out? Wasn't Warner Brothers and Disney?
Apple pulled off, Disney pulled. I think Google pulled out. But look, you're looking at it from a different angle. How do you feel as an investor in Tesla watching this interview? Do you remember when he was smoking weed on Joe Rogan's show? What happened to the stock after? Like, yeah, I think when you get to a certain level, you have to be careful how you talk. I'm not saying I just think the way he said it, there could have been a better way of saying it. This stuff will impact the stock. And which leads me to now my pick. So I'm not saying it's going to impact the company long term. No, that's not what I'm saying. The company's actual merits is what it's going to take. Mm-hmm. Elon could do whatever, but if the company performs, the stock was going to go up. Short term, though, this is going to impact the stock, in my opinion. I'm already in a short position in Tesla. This is how I look at it. If it gets 250, or this is my stop loss, and if we break here, we could easily test. Let me just take this out. If we break this 100 or 200 MA, this is what we have: 237 and 234. So that's sort of how I've planned this trade. But like, just looking at Elon saying all these things, I don't know if it's gonna if it any way benefits the stock. In my opinion, what most people don't understand at Cybertruck, the numbers are great because all you needed to do was give $100 to reserve the booking. Mm-hmm. I gave $100 too. And in that, there was a clause, if you don't want it, you could just ask for a refund and we'll give the money back. How many of those people are actually going to keep the order or take the delivery? I was reading, and again, I could be off. I saw someone post this. They said that even if 50% of people actually take the delivery for the truck, that's going to bring a net revenue of $50 billion for Tesla. I don't think, maybe 5%, maybe max 10% would actually take the delivery, because a lot has changed since they actually opened up. And that's why I always say, buy the rumor, sell the news. I actually had Tesla calls. I sold everything today and I switched to puts at 250. So that's one of the things. Now, my thesis is this. Before I get into it, I'll talk about what we talked about 2 weeks ago. I came in and I said, I think the market's going to go down 100 point, blah, 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 blah. And come the weekend, so this was on Thursday, come weekend, I go on set, I change my thesis. It's a short week. We're actually going to see a continuation with the flow that's coming, which is why I tell people that as a trader, I flip-flop and I will communicate that, not through podcasts. So make sure you guys are following us. Me on Instagram at OTB Clubhouse. So people that were on, I was able to update. I haven't touched puts from that day till today, except yesterday I added SPY puts and they're doing fairly well. And then I added Tesla puts. Again, I don't do 0 days. I did December puts. I'm expecting a healthy pullback. What we saw today can see a continuation tomorrow. Historically, November 30th is a bullish day, but we have PCE data coming. If it's soft, we can tank. I think you have to be very careful with this market here. I think I've said it multiple times. Both bears and bulls will be wrong if you do anything long here. So you have to be very careful. I think market can pull back, but individual stocks can keep going up. Like I'm watching PayPal. We haven't really talked about this, Mark, but they're adding 60, 65 calls for PayPal and They're buying Square. They're buying all the beta stocks. In my opinion, the best trade for next year or January is this one here. It's IWM. I added my long position around here. It's for January. I think we could see 200. I have 185 for Jan. I think we could see 200, but at the bare minimum, we see 185 to 190 by January OPEX. I think small caps are going to rip. So let me show you guys something. I'm going to pull a fib here.
You've been playing IWN since I've known you, and you've been pretty good with it, man. You guys have been playing the hell out of that one. I guess because it's also the premiums are relatively cheap, right? So you can get multiple contracts. Yeah.
It's a small account, darling, bro. Like everything is doing better, but IWM is lagging. So if you look at it, it's sitting, it keeps rejecting on the 50th percentile on fibs, which is the key level. We need this to get above this, and then the next level is 184.17. If that breaks, in my opinion, we should see 197, and I think by January this should get there. My other big trade that I'm really watching. So by the way, this is also the 200 moving average. So we need this above. And what a lot of people don't understand, we're looking at a daily chart, which means each candle represents a day. This is going to break above and under 200 MA multiple times of 5 minutes or an hour. We're not interested. We want to see this on a longer time frame. So if it breaks on a 5 minute and you go 0-day calls, you can lose money in a heartbeat. So long time frame. So I bought this every single time it got to 177, 175. Now I'm looking at the next trade. In my opinion, I'm already in this trade, and I think we should wait for a pullback. Hopefully we get one, and that's gold. I think, and I had this conversation with one of our mentees. He owns a jewelry shop, and I told him that honestly, like if I was him, buy as much gold as you want. This is about 6 months ago. I think gold, it's at 189. Let's pull a monthly chart.
I'm expecting a pullback on that.
I hope we get a pullback, bro.
It's genuinely hope. I'm in a position. I'm in a vertical call on that one actually, which is it's bearish. So it hits so high. I'm up on it right now. It expires next month. It's funny you brought that up. I wasn't going to mention that at all. I
think we could go to 250 by 2025. Some of the orders that have come for gold, bro, it's unfreaking real. Gold and silver, I think, will be a big trade. IWM will be a massive trade. IWM is more short-term for Jan. We weren't here last week. I did a play of the week. I did it on Instagram Live, which is why you guys should follow me. I did it yesterday, and that trade I closed today at 70%. I shared profit screenshots, everything. Hopefully, I can find. So we can call IWM play of the week. I just don't know what the premium is, but it's IWM Jan OPEX, which is the third Friday, whatever that expiry is, 185 calls, and we can come back to it. And those are the one I'm looking for. I think, and this is like, been doing this for 4 years, happens every single time. There's cycles. So the cycle goes this way. First is Mag 7, which is Apple, Microsoft. And then from there, it goes to small caps. From there, it goes to memes. And when the memes go, which is like, I don't know if you've been watching, GME is up 20% or something insane. It was like $12, and then I see today $17 in 2 days. When money flows in meme, then the money rotates from big tech into small caps. So that's what we want to see. And once you start seeing Tesla, Apple selling off, today is not a sell-off. It's a small retracement. We need to see a bigger sell-off happen tomorrow and Friday. And when I say bigger sell-off, I'll show you exactly what I mean. So we'll pull a 5-minute chart. See, this is what we call a panic sell. Okay. When I say panic, don't take the word literal. Panic sell is more so where it's not structured. Let me show you structured selling. This is called structured selling. Drop, buying, drop, buying, drop, buying, drop, buying. Anytime you see structured selling like this, where it's just consolidating, this almost always leads to a big breakout on the upside. Okay. We want to see big red candles followed up by no buyers. That's what we saw today, what we saw yesterday. We want to see that Thursday, Friday. We need them to take off 45.50, and then you get a meaningful retracement. But that's all I got, Mark.
Yeah, good stuff, Mo. Honestly, yeah, that's good stuff. So wait, just go back real quick. So you are expecting a pullback, right?
Yeah.
Same here. Okay, just want to see if we were eye to eye on that one. That's
I'm
the
short
2025.
Tesla. I'm short Tesla for Jan, and I'm short SPY for December 6th.
Okay. All right. So that's your thesis. All right. Sounds good, man. Yeah, no, other than that, man, I got nothing. I have nothing until potentially next week. We'll see. You have anything else you want to add, Mo? That's it?
No. I would say we brought it up. I'll bring it up again. I'm doing a free webinar. If you guys are interested to learn about options, this is if you're interested about options. If you already know about it, no, don't worry about it. But if you are like, okay, I do stocks, want to learn more about options, I have a webinar. Come join it. We can drop a link, but it's absolutely free.
All right. Awesome. And they can find you where on Instagram?
OTB Clubhouse on Instagram.
All right. There you go. You guys definitely reach out to the humble goat. I know you hate that, but I just thought that was very funny. Use the goats. Now, you guys can find him on OTB Clubhouse on Instagram. You can find me on YouTube at Uncultured Currency or Half Breed Observer. That's the only way you can reach me. So until next time, y'all, peace out, and thank you for stopping by.